We fear the abyss, the crushing depths, the unseen leviathans, the eternal dark. The ocean feels like the realm of primordial terror. But what if, for a fleeting, catastrophic moment in Earth's saga, the true nightmare wasn't beneath the waves, but right beneath our feet? Imagine a world where stepping onto land wasn't an escape, but a descent into a furnace of unimaginable horror. Welcome to the Triassic period, circa 234 million years ago. The seas, recovering from devastation, were a cradle compared to the slaughterhouse the continents had become. This is the story of the Carnian pluvial event, not just rain, a baptism of fire and blood that reshaped destiny. Behold Pangaea, not the familiar map, but a searing, monolithic prison, a supercontinent gripped in volcanic apocalypse. Imagine temperature scalding enough to bake the very air. Vast, scorching deserts stretched for thousands of miles, broken only by chains of violently erupting mountains, spewing ash and poison. Rivers were ribbons of mud. Oases were battlegrounds. This was a crucible. Earlier extinctions had decimated life, especially in the oceans. But on land, it was an evolutionary pressure cooker set to annihilate. Dominant, lumbering herbivores and early reptiles faltered in the extreme heat and aridity. Nature abhors a vacuum, especially one this brutal. And into the void stepped new nightmares. Meet the architects of terrestrial terror, the archosaurs. This wasn't just the dawn of the dinosaurs. This was the rise of reptilian hyper-predators on a scale never before seen. Behold the Rauisuchians. Pastosuchus, a living tank, 4 to 5 meters long, built like a crocodile crossed with a T-Rex, striding on pillar-like legs, its skull a bone-crushing vice. Saurosuchus, even larger, a true titan capable of bringing down the biggest prey. Their bite forces were monstrous, their limbs powerful pistons built for explosive ambushes. But the terror didn't stop there. The Natacasuchus, smaller but lightning fast, likely venomous, a serpentine ghost in the undergrowth. Giant, predatory amphibians, relics of a wetter past, turned desperate hunters in shrinking swamps. Armored aetosaurs, like living fortresses, locked in a desperate evolutionary arms race with their tormentors. This was an ecosystem defined by tooth and claw, where apex predators of the Triassic ruled with absolute, terrifying dominance. Forget Jurassic Park. This was the true age of reptilian horror. Recent fossil trackways hinted possible pack behavior in some species, coordinated hunters turning the already deadly plains into killing fields. What did this hellscape look like? Picture vast, sun-blasted plains dotted with tough, scrubby cycads and hardy ferns. Dust devils whirled across cracked riverbeds. Rugged canyons offered ambush points at every turn. For prey, early, slow-moving relatives of mammals, bulky dicynodonts, there were no safe zones. Every shadow could hide death. Every waterhole was a trap. Predator-prey dynamics were brutally simple. Kill or be killed, constantly. The land itself was an adversary.
While not devoid of life, the seas were relatively calm. Recovery from the Great Dying was slow. Fish were plentiful. Marine reptiles like nothosaurs were present, but the sheer, overwhelming, everywhere danger of the land was absent. On Pangaea, terrestrial terror reigned supreme. Then the skies broke. A climate catastrophe of staggering proportions, the Carnian pluvial event. Triggered by massive volcanic activity in what's now the Rangelia terrain, it unleashed millions of years of pent-up climatic fury. Imagine relentless monsoon-like rains lasting possibly 2 million years. Deserts drowned, rivers became raging torrents, landslides reshaped the continents. This wasn't life-giving rain, it was a global ecological sledgehammer. For the rulers of the arid hell, it was disaster. The giant, heat-adapted Rauisupians, masters of ambush in dry scrubland, floundered. Their world of dust and rock vanished beneath churning mud and choking new jungles. Ecosystems collapsed under the deluge. This was an ancient extinction event, targeting the very apex of terrestrial terror. Then the skies broke. A climate catastrophe of staggering proportions. The Carnian pluvial event. Triggered by massive volcanic activity in what's now the Rangelia terrain, it unleashed millions of years of pent-up climatic fury. Imagine relentless, monsoon-like rains lasting possibly 2 million years. Deserts drowned. Rivers became raging torrents. Landslides reshaped the continents. This wasn't life-giving rain. It was a global ecological sledgehammer. For the rulers of the arid hell, it was disaster. The giant, heat-adapted Rauisuchians, masters of ambush in dry scrubland, floundered. Their world of dust and rock vanished beneath churning mud and choking new jungles. Ecosystems collapsed under the deluge. This was an ancient extinction event, targeting the very apex of terrestrial terror. So dare you walk the blood-soaked plains of Carnian Pangaea, to witness Postosuchus erupt from the dust, to feel the gaze of Vanaticosuchus in the thorny scrub. It was a world alien in its savagery, a testament to life's terrifying creativity under extreme duress. The forgotten inferno, its monsters are dust, but its lessons echo. It shows us extinction isn't just an end, but a violent, chaotic reboot. It reminds us that climate holds the ultimate power, capable of drowning giants and crowning emperors. The dinosaurs rose from this crucible, leading to the world we know. Yet gazing at modern predators, the lion's charge, the crocodile's ambush, we see faint, distant reflections of that ancient terrestrial terror. Our planet's story is written in fire, flood, and bone. The Carnian pluvial event is a stark, brutal chapter whispering that even the most hellish landscapes are but stages in life's relentless, adapting dance. What inferno, what deluge shapes our future?